If you clicked on this video, maybe you want to know a little bit more about indie romance reads. That's great because you're in the right place. I'm a mood reader, so try and add many different genres within romance, and I think I did pretty good this month. But we have, we have 6 books because I'm also not going to try and put too many on this list. I have a lot going on at the end of June. I'm actually going to Europe. I'm going to take you guys along with me, obviously, because we're going to find some bookstores, but I do not want to overwhelm myself in the month of June. First up, we are just going to dive right in. I have my cat, or one of my cats, helping me today. This is Italy, so are you ready for the first one, Italy? Ready to hear the first read? Okay, here we go. First up is The Lovely Dark. The Lovely Dark is actually a anthology of 3 full-length novellas. They have mermaids, fae, and I think the third one is vampires, I believe. I'm super excited about this. It is a dark romance. Obviously, it's called The Lovely Dark, but it has one of my favorite authors. It's Juliette Cross. There's always a little bit of self-deprecation in it. It's not super serious, and yet it still tackles serious things. I don't know how to explain it. She has a way with her writing. I love it. Up next is one of my favorite authors. Her name's Callie Hart. She comes out with a brand new book this month on June 4th. It's called Quicksilver. And she wrote actually one of my favorite dark academia trilogies. They're interconnected standalones, but it is the Crooked Center series. The first one's called Riot House, I think, but it's so good. It's one of my favorites. But this is a brand new book from her. It says, "Death has a name. It is Kingfisher of the Aegean Gate. His past is murky. His attitude stinks. And he's the only way." Cirrus? I don't know. Words in books like this, names so hard, is going to make it home. Be careful of the deals you make, dear child. The devil is in the details. She is such a good writer. This is my most anticipated read probably all year. I'm so excited about this. Can I say excited even more? So up next is Hunted by Wolves in Shadow. I am actually receiving an ARC for this. It is my first ARC to receive, and I feel very special. I know they're not that big of a deal, but for me, it's my first one, so it'll probably hold a special place in my heart. This is a romantasy. It's one of 10 books in the Enemies Ever After series. Sorry, I'm reading my notes. A collection of standalone short novels featuring enemies to lovers, fairy tale retellings with a touch of steam. So this one is the Little Red Riding Hood. That's what it is. I was like, it's red. Little Red Riding Hood retelling. I've never read a Little Red Riding Hood retelling. I do know that there are some really good, retellings out there. One series, I should say, by Emily McIntyre. Hers are amazing. I have high hopes for this. Let's hope. I'll let you know at the end of the month how I like it. Next is The Dixon Rule. This is actually is this the second one? Yeah, it's the follow-up to what I read this month, The Graham Effect. This is The Dixon Rule. It's fake dating, hockey romance. He's a hockey player. She's a cheerleader. He moves in next to her, which you already know from the first book. And so this is kind of a continuation of their story. It's cute. I really love Elle Kennedy's writing. She is just the queen of sports romances, in my opinion. And I really don't think you can go wrong with this book. I'm probably going to listen to the audio, actually. This is a book that I have never heard of this author. I was searching for indie reads, and this just sounded so interesting. It's called Mother Faker, and it says Mother Faker features an accidental marriage between a billionaire grump and a plus-size single mom who happens to work for him, where there is only one bed, tons of laughs, a lot of ducks, and it's always been you vibes. I don't know why it just really spoke to me. I thought this is so great. Also, the fact that she's a plus size single mom, you just don't get a lot of that in romance. But the fact that it sounds kind of more realistic to some extent is cool to me. And last is Powerless by Elsie Silver. He's a hockey player. She is his childhood best friend. Something happens on her wedding day and she runs to him because obviously they're best friends, and he's been in love with her. She's been in love with him. And he, I guess, has some traumatic past, which they kind of allude to in the other 2 books. He's always kind of this I don't know. He always has this like heaviness on him is what they made it sound like. But he's a really great guy. And yeah, this is like a childhood best friends to lovers situation. And I'm here for it. The genres that I have are dark romance, romantasy, modern romance. Those are basically all I have. And I guess you could like couple in with the modern is like sports romance. So I'm trying to get a good splattering there of different kind of genres so I don't get bored. A lot of times like I'll read a dark romance and I'm like, oh, I cannot take any more of this right now. I absolutely need something easy and whimsical. And so I might pick up fantasy, or I might pick up just a regular modern romance. And then that kicks me back into, okay, now I want a dark romance. So I have to kind of like cycle through. So if I give myself quite a few options, that's always good. Hopefully you found something that you would like to read this month. If you did, please comment below and let me know, because I want to know that I'm actually sharing things that maybe you haven't heard of before. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.